The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros are comments made by Jermall Charlo. Or Jermall Charlo. Man, I keep mixing these dudes up, man. Jermall Charlo. All right, and so this is from Boxing News 24. And you can see the caption is Jermall Charlo ready to face Caleb Plant at 168. And so during an interview, let's give it some time to load up here. So during an interview, Jermall Charlo said this: if Caleb Plant don't get that Canelo fight, then I'm going to fight Caleb Plant, said Jermall. When I beat Caleb Plant, I'm going to fight Canelo. That's his quote. So then you hear it from Jermall Charlo. He says that if Caleb Plant doesn't get the fight with Canelo, then he's going to fight Caleb. And after he beats Caleb, he's going to get the fight with Canelo. So I'll turn it over to you, Conspiracy. What's your reaction to what Jermall Charlo had to say? And do you think that that's going to be the fight?
I want to hear this.
Well, I'll say this. It sounds crazy, but I think Plant should take the fight. And here's why. If that Canelo boat sails, that could be a whole year of inactivity from Plant. So unless Plant wants to go and fight like an unknown mandatory or something, you know, I think he should use this time as leverage, right? Go up against a Charlo, prove your worth, beat Charlo, and then maybe you could demand more than 10 million. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Like, now it's a tough fight, but I don't want to see Plant sit out again and not fight for like probably, let's say, 6 months to a year because he's still waiting on the Canelo fight. Like, I don't think that would do him any I think I'll do him a disservice, you know. And so, and on top of that, people will want to see that fight against Charlo and Plant. So, yo, man, make it happen. Now, do I believe what Jermall's saying? No. You know what I mean? Like, unless I hear it from like a PBC official or something, that just sounds like a fighter just making up something, right? But yo, why not, man? They're both PBC fighters. They're in-house. That fight could be made tomorrow. Easy money, right? Like, so they could do it. I don't know if Caleb Plant's going to take the fight. I doubt he'll take the fight, but I personally think he should take the fight. Like, he should prove to his naysayers, like, yo, you know what? I am the best, and let me show y'all why. And Charlo's a great opponent. You have Charlo under your resume, people going to be like, yo, Plant, you know what? There might be a chance you could beat Canelo. You know what I mean? But, like, yo, listen, man, and I like Plant. I do. But let's just be real, bro. You're food for Canelo, right? There's nothing that you like before when somebody asked us when we went live, I was like, yo, he's mayonnaise. You know what I'm saying? Like, Canelo's gonna eat some salad, potato salad, plain potato salad. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be
plant-based potato salad.
Like, it's gonna be too easy for Canelo, right? So maybe I'm deceiving myself. Maybe Plant is better than what I'm thinking. Yo, Charlo would be a great test to show the world, yo, I mean big business, you know? And on top of that, let's say that fight is just on regular Fox, right? I think it should be pay-per-view, but let's just say, you know, Fox doesn't want to take a chance on that fight because they're probably like, oh, we don't know if that'll really sell like that. Hey, and I doubt I've yet to see Fox pay-per-view ever go down to $50. So they're probably going to be like, hey, we're just going to put this on regular Fox. If that's on regular Fox, I think the viewership will at least be 2 million minimum, you know? So that'll be a good showcase for Plant to show to the world, like, hey, yo, I am a dog. I am a fighter, you know? So I think Caleb Plant should really consider this.
Oh, Bill.
Gee, let me hold this, man.
Yeah.
Let me hold this, man. Walk with me. I think that they did this. I think that they did this. I think Al did this. You know what I think, Al? I said, and Al was like, if I can't get this 3-fight deal, I'm gonna try to get the best, the best guy I can get to probably face him I possibly can. You know, if this is going to be a one-shot deal, let me try to do something. Let me finagle something, right? And they feel like maybe Charlo is their best representation that they got to go against a Canelo. So they said, why not put Charlo in there with Plant? And if, you know, Charlo beats him, he becomes 3-time champion in 3-time weight classes, and is easier to sell. A Charlo versus Canelo, you know? C versus C. You know what I'm saying? So I was thinking that maybe that's what it is. Because you got people who are more vested in a Charlo fight and a Canelo than a Plant fight. So if you can put Charlo and Plant in there and he can beat him, it'll be a bigger fight with a Charlo versus a Canelo than a Plant versus a Canelo. So I can see that fight happening. And Al, you pulled a fast one.
All right, Ned the TBE.
I'm on the same page with Trill right now, man. I feel when Caleb's performance against Caleb Truax, we all thought like it wasn't his best showing, and this news right here shows that Caleb didn't want to fight. He didn't want to go down against he didn't want to beat him from Canelo, but Charlo, he didn't want that beating from Canelo. He didn't want it. Come on. He didn't want it. He saw what Canelo did to.
Let my man live.
Let me rock, yo.
He's cooking. He's cooking right now. Let him cook.
What he's cooking? I don't know.
What Jermall sees right now is payday and legacy. There's no loss right here for this man. Like he went up in weight. He's gonna go fight Canelo. He sees he could beat the fact that he wants to take on Caleb Plant is the fact he knows he could beat Caleb Plant. I'm not gonna bring Al Heyman, Paul Heyman, whoever. That's not the WWE. It looks like the WWE or WWF for my older viewers, but you know, I'm not gonna bring Al Heyman into this. But listen,
bless your heart, man.
Jermall sees that it's on the table.
The got him watching a different sport right now.
Legacy, yeah. Jermall sees payday, legacy, payday, legacy. If he beats Canelo, he's gonna be the face of the sport. Him and his brother. He's gonna take him and his brother to the top. They're gonna be the face of boxing because these boys is bad. They corny. A little corny, but you know they're gonna be the face of boxing. But if they lose, they're gonna get that money. They're gonna get the biggest payday of their life, and it's gonna be an entertaining fight. Like who's not gonna want to watch the Charlo? They're gonna both be at the press conference talking trash to Canelo. Because this is a show out for both of these brothers right here. But it's legacy and payday, like I said. And when it all comes said and done, Canelo gonna beat these boys. He's gonna beat this boy. I'm just saying he's gonna beat him. And the payday, that's all he's chasing. And this is gonna be a happy. I know.
Oh my god!
Y'all are crazy, man.
Yo, Netables coming soon, people. Hurry up.
Oh my goodness! All right, so you know what's interesting, Trill Bill, is you pulled the conspiracy card, and you know maybe inadvertently it leads to that. You know, who's to say that hypothetically Al Heyman isn't in Caleb Plant's ear saying, don't take this deal with Canelo, you're giving up too much. But if he turns around and throws you in the ring with Charlo, you think that's a better option? You think that's a better option? That's hard work for extremely less pay. Because I'm telling you right now, I am not certain that Caleb Plant beats Charlo. So G's like, oh yeah, Plant, you should take that fight and lose that belt because that's a real possibility. And remember, Canelo doesn't really want you. He wants the belt. And if you lose that belt, you are absolutely worthless. You see, you had 10 million in the hand and you can kiss it goodbye. See, this is what I'm talking about with leverage. When people overestimate their value and they think, oh, well, I want this split or forget this and forget that. You can win with your fanboys, but where you don't win is you're not getting the fight. Where you don't win is you're not maximizing your profits, because you could be one fight for $10 million, but now you got to take another fight for X amount. And then when you go back, there's no guarantee Canelo's going to give you more than that 10. So you're really just doing what with yourself? Now, to get to Jermall Charlo, I'm sure Jermall Charlo watched Caleb Plant not knock out Caleb Truax and say to himself, well, I feel like I can get the job done against him. And vice versa. I'm sure some people saw Jermall Charlo's last performance and they feel like, well, he didn't look that sharp in his last performance either. So what do we have? In the end, it's a dangerous fight for both men. It's another fight where you're talking about them fighting each other for a fraction of what Canelo's going to make to fight Bivol. And what did Jermall Charlo say? And after I beat him, I'm going to fight Canelo, because he recognized who the golden goose is. And I'm telling you right now, if he got the call today saying you got 6 weeks and you're fighting Canelo, he'd accept it too, because he understands the opportunity. And here lies. Go ahead.
Oh, just to add, remember, Al tried to get Canelo for a 3-fight deal with the Plant deal. So clearly, Jermall was going to be one of those names. Continue.
Yeah, and possibly Benavidez, but that strengthens Trill's argument that maybe Plant isn't the guy who Heyman believes in, which is why he wanted a 3-fight deal in the first place. Is he's thinking, you're going to whoop Caleb's A, take the belt, and then we're not going to have a belt.
I'm sprinting with you, Trill. I agree.
Yeah. So maybe what Al Heyman's thinking is, look, if I'm going to get my shot at Canelo, I want to take my best shot. Yeah. So I'm going to make Caleb fight Charlo, and then whoever wins, that's who deserves to fight Canelo, because that's our chance. You got to look at it like this. They got one shot to gain 3 belts or lose. This is like some real chess stuff right now, but the question is, because according to Oscar De La Hoya, Canelo avoids Charlo. According to Oscar De La Hoya, remember, there's that quote out there where he said, you avoid Jermall Charlo. So if, hypothetically, Jermall Charlo beats Caleb Plant, would Canelo still want to fight him? I believe he would. But the point I'm making is there's also that rumor out there. So maybe also in Jermall's mind, he believes that, yeah, if I fight Caleb Plant and I win, I'm up next for the payday. And maybe Al Heyman prefers it to be Jermall Charlo. So that's an interesting point. But the thing is, again, was rejecting the deal with Canelo the best thing for you, Plant? Because now you're probably in line for a tough fight. Nobody wants to see you fight a Truax again.
That's what I'm saying.
So you're in line for a tough fight to make less that may cost you your title and the payday. But in the end, at least you gambled on yourself.
Yeah, man. Sometimes the people that's supposed to help you end up hurting you. And that's what it seems like. If Al suggested you to not take this fight with Canelo, to fight with Charlo, you might need to, reevaluate your team or your circle. That's how I feel. But let us know how you feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe, and check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And also check out our podcast on all major streaming services. You know who we are. We the Boxing Bros.